Hi guys, so I'm going to do a book review of a series that I've just finished reading. It's a duology by Veronica Roth. The first book is Carve and the second book in the duology is The Fates Divide. The reason that I originally wanted to read this series is because I really enjoyed Divergent, which Veronica wrote as well. A lot of you might be aware of that series, which was also turned into a movie. These books had great potential. There's some really interesting themes going on. So basically what happens is you're dropped into this world. There's two warring factions on this one planet. And right in the beginning, there's an attack and there's a kidnapping. This kid ends up in the enemy house and he ends up befriending this girl. So this boy, Akos, ends up befriending the enemy, and her name's Syrah. The people in this world, I guess, they develop abilities around the age of puberty, and Syrah has this ability that consequently causes her a lot of pain, and she's used a bit by her tyrant brother to instill fear, and her family is kind of the leadership of their race. So as you can hear, it sounds pretty interesting. There's some great themes there. Unfortunately, it didn't really grab me like Divergent did. I remember reading Divergent and being hooked in right from the beginning, and it was a series that I just wanted to keep reading. This one I had to put in a little bit more effort. It just didn't seem to grab me the same way. The characters I didn't feel like I connected with as much, which I felt like I should have. They seemed like they could be really great characters, but something was missing there. Something was missing that I needed to be able to connect to these characters properly, and maybe that was the fact that there wasn't enough of the backstory put into these characters. I felt like she could have done a better job if she was given more time to really get into the backstory and really get into the psyche of the characters of these books. When I started Fates Divide, which is the second book, it did pick up a little bit. I enjoyed reading about Akos' sister, Cece. I felt like she also had some great potential with her character. Her ability was quite interesting, and I wanted to delve a little bit more into her backstory. But again, I felt like it was rushed, and I wanted to connect with her, and I felt like I started to, but it just moved on a little bit too quickly. The story kind of ends things quite neatly, but in the end I wasn't really too fussed with the outcome of the story because it just didn't grab me enough, and I was ready to kind of give a different book a go. I know that there are some reviews out there of people who did enjoy the series. Maybe my opinion is a little bit coloured by the fact that I was comparing it to Divergent. Maybe if I'd read it and I'd never read any of her books before, I might have enjoyed it more. I do hope she does write more, because I think that she could write some really great stuff of the same calibre of Divergent. But for these ones, it wasn't really my kind of thing. Let me know if you disagree. I'd love to hear your comments below and see what you liked or didn't like about the series.